With so many games on the eShop, it's hard to know which ones are even quality. Between releases from Nintendo and third parties, you have to rely on indies, so how do you know which ones are good? Introducing the Nakana.io games. If you've been on the eShop randomly searching for new games, you've likely bumped into these. And today, we'll be talking about all 4 of them. First up, Soul Searching. Many will be thrown off by the pixel art style and take it as a cheap and uninspired game. I thought the same, but even with its short runtime at a little over an hour, it left a big impression. I want to start off by saying this game has a weird amount of customization for the character that is never used, but it's a nice touch. Soul Searching is a survival game where you have to constantly monitor your hunger, thirst, and energy, all the while going on a journey where you'll be facing storms and attacks as you go island to island. You start off with a really limited and small boat, but you upgrade by using gold you pick up on the way. More abilities and equipment unlock as you progress. I initially thought this game was boring, but that's because I was coming from games that are immediately intense, like Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. This game is a different experience altogether, one that is weirdly calming, with only the nature sounds playing with the rare musical cues. I highly recommend it if you want a quick bit of fun and an interesting story. Infinity is the newest release from the Nakana.io publishing on Switch, and it's probably the one I had the largest disconnect with. The art style is abstract and honestly creeped me out a bit. Despite this, the puzzles are challenging and the story is open enough to interpretation that it may pique some interest. If any of the puzzles shown here looked interesting to you, I'd say it's worth a shot, but I don't see myself going back to this game anytime soon. Echo. This is a game that I enjoy, but with a caveat. It is better in handheld. It's for that reason that most of the footage I'll include is captured from the Switch's built-in capture. It only allows short clips and they're lower quality, but I feel the gameplay speaks the most for itself in this form. Echo is a 3D adventure puzzle game. Without going too deep, at its core it's a story about getting an egg to its destination. Its art style is captivating, though minimal. I know many will see this and think it's ugly, but I really didn't find any issues with it, as the real important factor here is the excellent gameplay. It is also the longest game here at roughly 4 hours, and while that might still be a short time, any longer would have felt unnecessary. The gameplay is best on the Switch in portable form. Not only can you use motion to move the camera, but you can use the touchscreen for puzzles where you need to quickly spin or pull items. I played with the Pro Controller when I tried it on the TV, and this simple movement felt really odd. Portably shines the strongest, making the game feel like a strong VR experience on Switch without actually being VR. The music is minimal, but the sound design here is really solid. Echo is definitely a game I recommend.
Always been the one true thread of my story.
Lydia is one of the weirdest games I've ever played, and that's to its benefits. The art style reminds me of a children's book, and it almost is one. The actual gameplay is so minimal that the true reason to try this is the story. Clocking in at slightly over an hour for my playthrough, Lydia held my attention for the entire run. Except this one section that is a huge text wall and felt like such a long time. This is definitely on the more mature side, as the visuals can be creepy, and the language even includes words like fuck. The story is relatively simple. A neglectful home life for Lydia leads her to depending on her imagination as an escape. It's a serious subject that Lydia handles with exceptional tact. This game had me tearing up in certain sections as I felt I could resonate with it. Maybe not the specific scenarios, but the natural emotions a person feels in difficult times. I highly recommend Lydia for those who can handle mature content that is still somewhat creepy. It is a game I almost didn't play, but I'm definitely glad I did. Another interesting thing about these games is that they all have DLC donations, meaning you can get something in-game for donating $1, which then goes towards real-life organizations that relate to the subjects that are in-game. That's something you don't see often, and it's really nice to see Nakana.io Publishing offer that. These are the Nakana.io games on Switch, and they're often overlooked. I hope I've given you some indies to give a try with today's video. And if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If not, leave a thumbs down. Either way, thanks for stopping by, and subscribe if you want to keep up to date with new videos like these. Let me know in the comments if you want to try or have tried these games. Did you like them? Let me know.